Okay, and I need to shut this ringer off so I don't get embarrassed. All right, okay, meeting's called to order.
How do you do
Welcome,
it?
everybody.
Yes.
And we are short 2 board members. One is on vacation, our new retiree is taking a nice long trip. So, and one is not feeling well. So, but we have a quorum, and we can proceed, and we're going to be very efficient today. So, and I want to thank the tax write-up worker and Sue Raymond for putting our packets together today for us. We even got them collated, put
Yes,
together,
very
so, and
nice.
I didn't have to do that part, so thank you for all of the help we get. Okay, and we have 2 guests from the Friends with us today, and I'll be calling on Charlie. Charlie is the vice president, correct?
Right.
And I will write soon, if you'd like, after our minutes, after we accept our minutes, that's usually when Sandra comes up to the podium. You have to come to the podium so people can hear you at home,
Okay,
okay?
all right.
Okay,
You gotta go on, you gotta be the star.
yes. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Okay, so, we have 2 people absent, Jean and Mary. Here we come. And we have a quorum. And we will be having Alicia here, and we have Liz. And just a reminder, this is an open meeting. We have to follow the law, which we do a very good job at, I think, personally.
Definitely.
Anyway. Okay, board members, any announcements?
Only the Baptist church with their food pantry out front, which gets emptied constantly
Yeah.
and refilled.
It's right in such an easy location for
It is,
people to swing in by.
especially if you're going to go to the thrift shop, you know,
Right.
it's right there.
Yeah.
Also, the 4th Saturday of October is the Memory Cafe at the Baptist church. And it's getting bigger and bigger.
It is.
More and more people.
More and more
Yeah,
people
more
are
and more
going.
from out of town.
Yeah.
And the word is spreading, because they had an Elvis impersonator, and he was fantastic, because
I've heard that.
he
Yeah.
was really, I've been to 4 in the last couple of years. He was one of the good ones.
Somebody called me and told me I missed the best ever
He was,
presentation, and I was thinking it was something to do with Elder and Human Services and the COA, you know, and everything, which it does, I mean,
It does, yeah.
indirectly, but
Yeah.
it was
But
the
he
Memory
was-
Cafe program that I missed.
but he
that
was
so
very good, because they're not all as good as he was.
Wow, that's what I heard. And even Ann Lee showed up, and she had been in the hospital, so that, but she did show up.
Yeah, about halfway through,
Right, I
3/4 of the
heard,
way
yeah.
through, yeah.
But it was all hands on deck, and the Memory Cafe ran well.
Ran just as well as if it,
Yeah,
That's
whether
right.
she was there or not, you never.
that speaks to her, you know,
Her people that help out are the
Right.
same ones that are there every single month.
I was gonna say though, but that speaks, it's a testimony to her, because of how she manages things and works with people. And when I worked for the VA, I was sent for training, you know, in the beginning,
Yeah.
especially when they made me supervisor of rehab, right? So I went for a whole long training, and the take-home message from that training was, you need to do your job so well that you can be gone for 2 weeks and nobody will miss you. Now, if that isn't a threatening statement to a supervisor,
Yeah.
it took me a long time to work over that and to work that through and accept it. But it's true.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's a testament, I think, to Ann Lee and how well she does working with people, that they could just take over for her and things ran smoothly.
And she did the same thing with the ham and bean supper.
Oh, yes.
She did it
She stepped
from home, but everybody that was there was there.
and knew how to do things
Yeah.
Saturday night because
So,
of Ann Lee's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she said, it ran smooth.
Yep, it did. So anyway.
Nice.
That's a brief, but that's very threatening, but it's a good message, actually, when if you think about it, you know, once you process it. I was very threatened by that in the very beginning, you know, like, are you kidding me? They'll fire me then, if I'm not needed, you know, but anyway. Okay. Any other announcements?
No, my craft class is Wednesday at 1,
Yes,
but I think it's full, I'm not sure.
probably.
It usually is.
probably.
Oh, and thank you for the ribbon somebody just donated. I brought it to her, gave it to her. So she's always accepting things that she can use. Okay, any other announcements? I don't think I have any either. Okay, here's the thing. You have a copy of 2 sets of minutes. And unfortunately, we realized after our meeting the last meeting we had, that we approved the July 8th, 2024 minutes as they were in front of you, but they were incorrect, and we missed some of the incorrect things, when we didn't correct it. So I sat down with the tape of the meeting, and a draft of the minutes, and sat and went through everything all over again and fixed them so that the minutes are accurate, I do believe now. But we need to make sure of that and make sure everybody agrees. So let's do those first. And thanks to Liz, we've all been struggling, I say Sue and I and Liz, we're struggling on trying to take spaces out of the typed, these formatting on the minutes. And Liz finally solved the problem for us, so thank you, Liz. So,
I make a motion that we accept the July 8th minutes as amended.
I'll second that.
as amended. Okay. It was Anita and Marilyn. Excuse me, but I didn't make my list today either, so I'm changing things.
Well, we can go, we don't need to do a roll call. We can just say,
Yeah, there's nobody,
Because there's
we don't
nobody on
need a roll
Zoom.
call. We're all
so we
here.
don't need a roll call.
Okay.
You just say,
Yep, we don't need roll call.
those
'cause
in
there's
favor.
All those
nobody.
in favor.
All those in favor, okay, make it easier, huh?
Yes.
Thank you, and I don't have to write everybody's name down.
No,
Keep track of that.
just right, motion carried.
right.
Oh, thank you, I'm learning new things.
That's simple.
All right. All those in favor?
I,
And the motion is carried, and we are good to go.
Awesome.
And hopefully we won't do that again. We have been very good about minutes, so. Okay, but now we have the minutes of our meeting. Hi there, Alicia. The minutes of our September 9th meeting, which Sue and I were very careful, right, Sue? We collaborated on them, and we think we have a good set of minutes this time. So,
can I
yes, you can?
raise a question?
Yes, certainly.
Haven't done minutes for several boards over the years. I'm just wondering how detailed we really have to be.
Not this,
No,
We
it's
don't-
very detailed.
We
and
don't, I don't think
No, we
that we
don't.
need to put all this detail in the minutes. I think it's just, we talk about things and we make a decision, and it's done, rather than 2 pages of minutes for an hour meeting is too long, in my opinion,
and they've also,
but that's just my opinion.
PMBC has come back and said, we've been told the minutes are too good, so we're gonna cut them down.
Who said that?
PMBC.
They're too good.
They're too, oh, well, I take shorthand, remember?
Too long.
Yeah, but
Too involved, too detailed.
Too involved, they're too
Too
detailed.
detailed.
And so
I
they have to
agree.
be cut.
I used to be secretary for a couple of boards, and
And,
they don't need to be.
No.
You need to capture the topic, what's being discussed. You don't have to say so-and-so said this and so-and-so and da-da-da-da-da.
yeah, I didn't do that, but I,
All you need to do is go on and discussion ensued about and summarize it.
and
You don't have to detail it.
what you have to detail is any motion.
That's
any-
correct.
Those have to be word for word, but the rest,
The motion has to be,
yeah.
yes. But I agree, because, and I think what happened was we developed a habit, Laura and I had a habit of doing the minutes in a certain way, and that's when we switched over to a more detailed version. But
I think
agree.
Sue has something to say.
Yes, Sue.
I understand what you mean, and I agree we don't need lots of detail. However, I think if you look at the minutes, what takes up a lot of space to make it into 2.5 pages, part of it is the roll call vote. That has to take
That takes
space all
forever.
the time.
Yep,
I'm talking space even.
Yep.
you know.
and we're
then-
gonna get rid of that as far
And
as,
then, the directors and outreach and assistant directors report, I feel you need to include what was said. That isn't even a discussion, so you
No,
can't
that-
just.
no, when you're talking something like that, that has to be in
Okay,
there.
so that's almost a half a page. And then, under new business, yes, my board member update thing, I can cut that out or cut it down. And then the rest is pretty much the roll call votes, and we didn't have any discussion last time.
No,
But,
No.
but the Friends does not need to say that,
no, the Friends report needs to be in there.
The Friends
you
report, we
have to
didn't
put
even
that.
have one
but,
last time.
right, but it doesn't, we don't need the fact that a contract and a package with, has been produced. All you need to say is a packet has been produced or something of that nature. I
Okay.
just think,
All right.
Well, my own, I agree with Sue, the biggest part of it is the roll call. And it has to be done if we're up
Which,
on
if-
Zoom.
If we have to do it.
So if we're not on Zoom anymore, that's gonna cut back a lot. So
And
why,
then I'll just be careful.
why don't
to-
we just get rid of that much and see
I'll
how
see
things
what-
come out?
That's fine with me. It's up to the board.
Cut it down.
I'm all for briefness as much as we can, trust me. I sat, and I actually went through the tape and the minutes when Sue gave me her draft, and sat there and went over them with a fine tooth comb, because they were long, and you can't remember some of this stuff, and so, and I agree, we don't need it all. The importance of a meeting is to talk about, in a broad way, what was discussed and what decisions were made, if I'm not mistaken. So.
These are tremendously well done, and I
They are.
commend Sue for
very well
that.
done.
It's like, what?
When I said that, I didn't have anything against your
No, no,
minutes.
no,
I didn't
no, I
want you to
didn't- I
take
didn't
it
take
that
it
way.
No,
No,
they're
I'm not taking
tremendously
it that way.
well done.
Okay, we've gotten off a little bit, but on.
All right, I'll make a
accepting-
motion.
But wait a minute, just let me summarize and say, we accept the thoughts of condensing, and we will work on doing that and making the minutes a little bit more concise. How's that?
Okay.
Okay, now you can,
On roll call, why don't we just say, all attendees approved? If you want to.
just write
No,
motion
for roll
carried,
call, you have to put
Roll
down what
call, you
each
have to
person
say
said.
it.
but with
But we don't have to do that now.
now that we're not on Zoom.
Zoom, we don't need it. We don't need roll call.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, make the motion.
I make a motion to accept the
just gonna say, who made
September
that?
9th minutes as written.
Charlie looks like
I'll second those.
All right, Anita and Marilyn made the two motions.
Boy.
A motion has been made that we accept the minutes of, what date was that, September 9th? As they are written.
As written, right.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? All right, it's a unanimous vote. Yes. Done.
Motion carried.
Motion carried, motion
easy
carried.
as
Like
that.
that term, I'll have to get that in my brain to remember to do that, though, but I will work on that. And remind me if I don't do it. So, great, and that saves time, too.
Yes.
Okay, now, we have a guest with us who's representing Sandra Casal, the president of the Friends, and the vice president is here to catch us up to date on what's going on.
Do I get a drum roll?
You better.
Please, yeah,
He loves it.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Basically, I'm here.
This is
just-
Charlie, I didn't, I'm sorry.
What was that?
I didn't give you a name.
Introduce
Yes,
yourself.
yourself and where you live, please.
Okay, Charlie DiStefano, Vice President of the Friends.
That
the
works.
Council on Aging,
Thank you, Charlie.
okay? I'm basically here just to report on some of the fundraisers we have going on. Liz and I have been emailing each other, calling each other back and forth and stuff like that. The company that we're working with for the donor tree is unfortunately got whacked with this last hurricane. They are located on the Gulf Coast of Florida,
Uh-oh.
and God knows what's gonna happen after this.
Next one.
This
Yeah.
next one comes Wednesday morning. But anyway, she has been returning some of my emails, you know. Originally, we were gonna put the donor tree in the multi-purpose room, you know, but then due to construction details and the paneling and all that other stuff, you know, Liz mentioned about having it in the lobby area, which I'm all for because it's gonna be well lit and people coming in and are gonna be able to see it, you know, right away. The actual design of the tree is up to us. It's not gonna be a carbon copy of anything in their current catalog. They said that whatever shape we want, whatever kind of a tree we want, they'll custom make it for us, you know. I mentioned to Liz, you know, I thought where the logo for the Friends is an apple tree, you know, that we constructed as an apple tree. It's gonna be hand carved out of wood. It's attached to the wall with it's a high grade Velcro strap. So they're not gonna be punching holes in the wall. And the design of the lease is up to us, what kind of lease we want, the colors we want. Right now, we have two options as far as the prices for the lease. A big leaf, actually, this was in the broadcaster too. Big leaf, we're asking for $500 for a big leaf. The smaller leaf's $250. And they've got my email address and also my phone number in the broadcaster.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since you said design it like an apple tree,
Yeah.
what if we had apples?
We talked about that too.
What if we had apples?
The leaves,
And the colors of the apples could be red or yellow, because apples are red and yellow and,
I mean, they'll actually do whatever we want to do, because it's made out of, excuse me, they have a bunch of artists working with them, and they can design whatever type of leaf. I think an apple would actually be easier. Like the colors, you go red or green, like you said. You know, but, you know,
and
so that's.
yellow.
They have yellow.
Yeah, your golden delicious
Yeah.
yellows.
Or you could have a green
Yes.
Granny Smith.
right?
Well,
For all us grannies.
Can I just see some, would it be too gaudy though, to have all the different colors?
I think we need to see it because
You know, I'm just thinking it might just be too,
the room
Too
does have
busy.
some pretty colorful furniture.
you know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to sit down and look at the color options
I
and figure it out.
I personally like the lease better, you know, I mean, you know, because there's more you can do with them and stuff like that, you know.
Well, if they're apple leaves.
Well, we could hang little apple pies on it.
There you go.
Well, you know, I mean, it's interesting because the town, obviously, the history of apples and, you know, in Littleton
Yeah.
is so significant. So I think it's a significant
Yeah.
I think
suggestion.
it is.
Could you do leaves for $250 and apples for $500?
That's what
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Apples and, or whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
just like the-
Ah,
the
that's a
other-
good idea.
You know, but I would go, as far as the apples though, I would just go with all like red. I just wouldn't do,
Every color.
you know, all the colors. That's what I meant when I said
Too busy.
too busy, too gaudy.
Busy.
But I think if you just did like the red apples and then the whatever color you want the leaves, whether it's gold or amber or, you know.
And actually, the apples could be under the tree, the $500 apples under the tree, because they've fallen down, and then the tree would still be green at $250.
All right.
I really want to keep this rather simple.
Do you want me to come to the meeting tomorrow? And really mess you up?
Well, you're doing a pretty good job now. No, but basically, they're willing to work with whatever we want.
Okay, that's good to know.
And, of course, the other fundraiser going on is the naming of the rooms. My co-partner is working on that, actually, this company does make donor plaques for rooms too, they've got all different styles and stuff like that. The tree, the actual leaves are, it's a plexiglass, colored plexiglass. And the names, once we get like 50 names, she wants to do it in large groups. Once we get about 50 names, we send the names have to be spelled perfectly. We send the names down, and they digitally impose their name on the leaf. So that's about that with the tree.
Is it just last names? First names?
First and last names.
First and last.
First and last. And, or if they want to put the last name and family, something like that, And then the other thing is, I mentioned to Liz last week, that one of the other organizations that I belong to, we've done a bunch of different types of raffles during the course of the year. And especially the one where Thanksgiving is coming up now in November. We used to do a Thanksgiving raffle, bingo raffle, and Barb is here, with all that information. So I'll turn it over to my dearest one now.
Oh, boy.
I thought I was getting high.
I know.
Drum roll.
First of all, I hate speaking, so.
It's just a few of us.
Yeah. The turkey bingo, Liz and I were talking, and Charlie, it's gonna be a fundraiser. And it's gonna be November 21st, okay? We have a lot of it done. I spent the whole weekend thinking. And what it's gonna be, hopefully, we're gonna get everything just about donated. That's my goal. And my goal also is to make $800 to $1,000 on this. That's my goal. What we're gonna do is have 4 rounds, and each round will have 5 bingo winners. Okay? So round 1, for example, the 5 gifts winners would get a turkey for one. The second one would be a bag of sides. When I say sides, I mean like it'll be maybe apples, butternut squash, stuffing mix, cranberry sauce, whatever I can get given to me, donated, okay? The third one will be 2 pies. The fourth one will be cider, and then Charlie had mentioned, which I thought was cool, cider donuts to go with the cider. And then the fifth one will be a plant. So we'll do 5 bingos, then we'll have another of 5, okay? Then we might, I haven't decided yet if we'll have a break then or at the very end. So then and that will be $5, okay? And you'll get, I think we're gonna do the 2 cards, correct? Yeah. And you'll get 2 cards for $5, okay? And you can win all those, and we'll do that twice. So on that card that you get in the beginning for $5, you can actually win 10, there's 10 prizes out there, okay? Then we'll go around again and sell 2 more tickets, or a ticket, but you'll get 2 games, and we'll do another 2. So then that's another 10 prizes you could win. So that would cost you like $10. The other thing I forgot to say, it's gonna be 6 to 8 o'clock at night. We're gonna do it in the evening.
And give them a-
Then I'm also gonna do a raffle basket, which I've actually collected already a bunch of stuff for. What the basket, this is what I thought for in the basket. 2 bottles of wine, a red and a white, scratch tickets, a box of candy, a candle, a flower arrangement, 2 breads, and an apron. Guess who's gonna do? I didn't even ask you yet. I have the apron. You just have to do the thing.
Love it.
Possibly other stuff in the basket. I mean, this is what my goal is, to have that as a basket. We'll sell just one ticket, so we don't have to fool around with, strips and all that, and somebody say, I only got 14, I got 10,
Oh, yeah.
So one ticket for $5. Okay? Then we'll do a 50-50 raffle.
Wow.
In there again, if somebody doesn't want to take a raffle chance, they don't have to. They can come and just spend $10 and just play the bingo, or just come and just do the raffle. It's like, whatever they want to do. So then we'll do the 50-50. If by some chance I should get extra stuff, I'll make up something else and we can do a door prize. If I, and there again, I'm not gonna say we're gonna do a door prize just in case we don't get extra, because I figured maybe somebody will give me gift cards. I'm hoping. I'm gonna ask anybody to donate anything they want, and then I'll figure that out. And then I think, we have to naturally get some posters out there and flyers out there.
They're gonna be
We're
laughing.
asking the friends, of course, actually Charlie did it today, to get the permit, so we can do the raffle. So that's why we need the friends mainly for the raffle. And I think that the only thing it might cost us is the tablecloths, the cups, napkins, tablecloths, what was the other, the bingo cards.
The
you're gonna
bingo
have
cards,
made.
printing
We're gonna
those
have
off.
special bingo cards made that say turkey bingo on them too, so.
Oh, nice.
So I think it sounds like fun. I'm excited over it.
Oh, yeah.
You're making all of us excited. You have a very,
I mentioned it last Friday, because Liz and I just talked about it on Friday, and I mentioned it to my bingo group on Friday, and they all seemed very happy about it too, so,
to go.
You could have a really big turnout.
I'm
Yes.
hoping.
I mean, a
But,
really big
and
turnout.
then I think
Fill the
that,
multi-purpose room.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my thing is, if it works, this can be a yearly thing and a good fundraiser,
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, it's a good, we'll try, And if anybody else has any other ideas, please let me know, let Liz know, We've been working, on this, so that's it.
Through you. So Charlie mentioned this idea in the parking lot Friday morning, and then we ran inside and found Barbara because she's the bingo expert.
Right.
And in a matter of 30 minutes, we had the idea planned out.
Wow.
And then she spent all weekend just putting all of this together in just that short time frame.
Well,
She's
that's
already-
Barbara, that's how she works.
Kudos to Barbara.
That's
This
how
is
she
the
works.
Stefano team.
Yes, it is. So on Friday, I did draft up a request to the Friends, asking for their support with the fundraiser and running the raffle and helping with any miscellaneous expenses if we should need them, but it sounds like we might have it all.
Under control, my gosh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And there's a
Half an
Friends
hour.
meeting tomorrow at
Yes.
1.
o'clock,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we'll go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody knows of anybody that maybe from their garden has butternut squash or carrots or,
Have you go to Peggy Larson?
She's
Peggy's on
away.
vacation right now.
She's in Florida.
Yeah, but he's not.
you
He's
know?
home.
So I thought actually, I
She
was
has,
thinking more of the
she has
bump
airline
plans for
tickets to
her.
come home Saturday. She has no way of getting home out of
Yeah,
there.
but he's home,
Yeah.
and he has a ton of squash and stuff in his backyard.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my hope is, like the word will get out and somebody will say, oh, I have even 2 squashes,
Right.
then I only need to get 2 more, But You know, I have a gift card that's been sitting at home for a Dunkin' Donuts, you know, would you like that, you know, so.
Another one that's always been willing to help out in the past is Jamie Cruz.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Who's that?
Jamie Cruz at Springdale Farm.
It's
not
now
Springdale Farm.
It's
Theo's.
Theo's now.
Theo's mom.
Theo's.
She'll probably, if you tell her what it's for, she'll probably give you the squash. I mean, she's very willing to
The other
step
farm
up.
stand isn't as willing, but
Yeah,
I would
Matheson
definitely
is
try
no-no.
Matthews as well.
Matheson, I wouldn't.
Matheson. But I would go there, but they're not as willing at all.
What's Springbrook?
Springdale.
Yeah, Spring.
Theo, you want to
Yeah.
go to Theo's.
The other one I might be able to work, my daughter worked for her many,
Okay.
many years ago, so I kinda maybe can.
Yeah, they're not.
Kristen.
Why not?
We knew
You might get two from each of them, you know?
Like Market
Like I said,
Basket
even if I
isn't
can
good,
just get
but Donald's is fantastic.
Dawnless, I'm hoping, and if somebody has an in with them, I don't know them really, but maybe they'll supply the wine. You know?
I do,
Do you?
I do.
I would go to the one.
What do you want me to get?
A bottle of white, a bottle of red?
Why don't you go to the wine store that, the liquor store that Sherry Gould's husband owns?
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of
The
liquor there.
one right in the center.
Oh, yeah.
Plan this at the Friends meeting,
Yes,
so we don't
yes,
name names.
yes. Yeah, no, yeah.
Like I said, if anybody knows
No
it,
names.
gladly, you know.
Yeah, okay, well, I think we, yeah. Or
Yeah, that's a good one.
Contact them and with your ideas.
I think rather than Donald's is so, I would go to Donald's,
Most
but maybe
people-
not for
Most
wine.
people are supportive, I must
Yes.
say, and I think, you know, we could, we
Well,
don't
let
wanna
me know
slight anybody,
If
so.
you, are you gonna check what she said?
I don't even know that person.
Well, I don't know him either, but it doesn't mean you can't go.
You go to the general manager, listen, I went to the general manager, I must say, back way, long time, when we first got rid of plastic bags.
Oh.
And complained because Donald's did not have paper bags with handles for seniors with canes and things.
Uh-huh.
Turned around a few weeks later, he had them, they had them. And I just said to him, I went up, said, who's the manager? And
Well, just go to the
mentioned it.
manager of that liquor
So,
store.
you know, that's all I did, and he, you know,
I have bags for the vegetables, brand new ones that I had bought 1,000 years ago. But, you know, so I have the bags, to put the vegetables and stuff in. So that's
But the-
another lesson.
Barbara, the wine, just go. He'd be more than generous.
You want me to go to Downlands?
No, I was saying go to,
listen, remember, careful.
To be honest, you're
can.
better off doing this at a friends meeting and
Yes,
not
yes,
talking about
yes.
stores to go to it.
Because
that's
we
right.
can't,
we
yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
We can't do it.
Everybody is as good as everybody else. I mean, there's no one person in town that wouldn't support it, I don't
No.
believe. So,
That's right.
you just need to get out there and make contact with people.
Mm.
But that's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Sounds like
all, the three of you.
Yes, yes.
And we'll
Or-
probably all
probably,
be,
at least
we'll
one.
probably all be there. Trying to get our turkey.
Yeah. I might actually go to a bingo game. I haven't been to one of those for
I didn't
years.
throw one,
Fun.
one thing in front of Liz yet, but there's, we used to do this too, is scratch ticket board. You know,
I did casually say.
you know, you get like, you have to throw $100 up front, and you get 100 $1 scratch tickets, and you tape them on a poster board, and then you charge like $10 a ticket, and it's, you know, it's an easy way to make some money, and everybody loves to scratch tickets, you know. I won it one year, and what'd you get, $240?
And there again, if we get, you know, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna mention it to my bingo people, and if I have a bunch of my bingo people might just hand me scratch tickets, you know, because I'll say, if you want, and then if we get enough scratch tickets, I'll do, you know, scratch
Your
board,
friends are on the right track.
you know.
Yes.
Go friends.
I, like I
Okay.
said, you know,
That's great.
I'll take anything that anybody wants to.
Contact people, if watching, contact the friends if you have ideas and
Yes.
things for them that they can, you know, work with, or even if you don't want to do it, but at least share your ideas and thoughts. So,
A+.
yes. Okay, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, you got us all excited.
Yes, exactly.
Good. I need somebody else excited as I
Oh, yeah, so that's great. Thank you for that. Good report. Thank you. As I said, that Stefano changed.
You need to be a member of the Friends.
No, he is.
No, but you should be too. All the
Okay,
excitement.
all right. We're moving on to reports. We do have our director here.
Yes.
And are you going to make the announcement, I wish you would, about the wonderful thing that happened to your department?
Sure, yes.
That's part of your report.
It is.
Good.
Let me get my screen share started before, because that always takes me a minute. So we received an email that an email from Loaves and Fishes stating that we were chosen as an outstanding community partner.
Yes.
To be acknowledged at their annual meeting. So I thought that was I was very honored that we received that. And Alicia and Neil Campbell do a bulk of that work as our staff members, organizing and figuring out names and how many bags and how to get the bags from Loaves and Fishes to the homes. Amy plays a huge part in that too. Our driver, Rich, also does some driving. And we have lots of volunteers who are senior tax workers who also help driving, getting food from Loaves and Fishes to the homes in the community, sometimes as many as 90 bags. Kind of pass through Alicia's purview. So I'm really excited that Loaves and Fishes.
Your annual meeting is in what, 2 weeks? I think it's
On the
October
21st?
21st, I think. I received an invitation.
And you do that every 2 weeks, right?
Yes, twice a month.
So it's important for people, citizens of Littleton, to know that you're out there every 2 weeks, maybe delivering 99 bags. Plus everything else that you do, it's important that people see all the stuff that we do here. That we're not just sitting in the office answering the phone and helping people in the office. You're out there doing stuff. It's important.
Alicia, in addition, when I would go up to, well, it's now Theo's Market, I always saw Nicole getting bags for is this different?
Yeah, separate.
It's a different thing.
But
This is the food pantry.
This is Loaves and Fishes in over here.
right, but I didn't know if it was,
The farm was a fee for bags.
okay.
Yeah.
But I used to see Nicole there all the time, that's why.
Loaves and Fishes has always been, they've been a great food pantry for years.
That's, Ed Bell started that.
Oh, did he? No, it's been there for a long time.
Yep.
Anyway.
And he's been gone for a long time.
So, yes, and I may see you there, that annual meeting.
Oh,
I was thinking about it, it's at the country club, not the country club, it's not at Loaves and Fishes, though, the meeting itself.
Yeah.
I forget where it is.
It's at the Red
Devon's?
Chair- Red
Devon's
Chair.
someplace.
It's
yeah.
in Devon's.
Yes,
Yeah.
at the golf course.
Yeah,
That's
Red
it.
Tail- Red Tail
Red
Golf
Tail.
Course.
Red Tail, yeah, Red Tail. Yep. Okay.
Take pictures.
Kirby, I think, is going to be there.
Good.
Oh, nice.
I think he mentioned that, and taking photos.
Nice.
All right.
Look at those numbers.
As usual, starting in the beginning here with our statistics for September. Lots of sign-ins, 1,071 sign-ins, and again, I always say this is only the people that we actually capture who have registered in advance. We get their name on the list, entered into the database, run the report. So in theory, it is probably much higher than this because people always come in or don't always call and let us know or come towards the end of an event. So great attendance for September, outreach interactions high as usual. Did not get our transportation numbers from Crosstown Connect just yet, but I'm guessing they're about in the same range between like 160, 170 probably. Round trip rides per month. We did have a record number of unduplicated under 60 people attending or coming to see outreach, and that is the highest as of last fiscal year too. Last fiscal year we had 30 was our highest number of unique individuals coming in who were under 60 years old to meet with Amy and Alicia. So 31, got a new record high there. Any questions about the statistics?
They're always amazing.
Yes.
Just amazing.
It's really,
And when you think you can't possibly do any more,
I know.
you do. You do. So, it's amazing.
okay, I'll stop that share. So next on my list, we had interviews for our EHS program coordinator. Marianne was so helpful with that. We went down to second interviews. We had 2 great final candidates. Yep, made a decision. A woman by the name of Megan Murphy, who will be joining our team at the end of October. I forgot what month we were in.
She's on the handout.
She's on the handout.
You've got the handout for new
March.
Got it on.
Added it in. No time to waste.
No.
Megan has, I think she said 32 years of experience in the elder services field. A lot of experience running adult day health centers and doing outreach and programming. And she's also a private geriatric care manager. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking if Amy and Alicia are ever swamped, she could easily step in and handle an overflow
That's a real
type
good
of situation.
team.
Yes.
Put together, I think.
Yep.
Wow.
So really excited to have Megan join the team at the end of the month. I believe it's the 28th. She had a scheduled vacation in between, so it's going to start after that.
Great. What an
I
exciting
think you
time of
will
the
all
year, too,
love
to
it.
have her join.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
usually busier during the holidays a little bit.
It's pretty busy. I think she'll have a good start because most of the programs for November and December we've got all lined up. So should be a relatively smooth transition. And she's coming in just after the early voting period where we're having to scramble and move rooms for everything. Glad she doesn't have to deal with that too much.
Well, we won't have to deal with that next year.
No, that's right. That is right.
She's a great choice. She's a great
Yeah,
choice.
she's really good.
Yeah.
Solid performer.
Yep.
Great reputation in the field.
Yep.
I've known her a long, long time, worked with her at previous jobs. Amy has supervised her in the past at a previous job at another ASAP.
Wow.
She's been in the field a long time. She's going to be great.
The interviews were,
Ooh, it's a tough choice. Yes.
Well, thank you. Sounds, it's very exciting.
yes,
Very exciting.
yes.
And we updated yet again.
I noticed.
You know, yes, and I think this is, and if you notice, Alicia has her own phone number, a different phone number, right? Or I didn't have it correct on here, I think it was.
You had the main line.
I had the main line down for you. Yeah, I fixed that. And Jean Sills' change of email address is on here for you. Doesn't come up in blue, I don't know why, but it didn't. But- So anyway, I think we're good to go now, finally. Everybody, you have it in your packet. Okay. Didn't mean to interrupt you, sorry.
Next on my list, I just wanted to share that effective today, MART, the Montechusett Regional Transport Authority, is giving fare-free rides for their entire catchment area. So that includes us. So if you get on our van, you no longer have to pay a fare. So before, when we would charge $7 to go Concord or further, or $1 per way anywhere else, that is no longer in effect.
Wow.
They did not give a deadline. They just said effective the 7th, fare free.
Wow.
Whoa,
So that's exciting.
Very good.
get the word out about that. Watch out, the van rides increase.
You know, I think our van rides never fully bounced back after COVID.
Yeah.
We used to be doing about 300 rides a month. Wow. And the most I think we've gotten is like 190 a month.
Wow.
It's just never fully got back, and I don't know if that has to do with the upsurgence of telehealth appointments, or maybe people are using Uber or Lyft. I'm not sure, but we just never fully bounced back yet. Next on my list, just want to send out a reminder about the COVID clinic and the flu clinic that are on the 22nd of this month from 3 to 6 at the middle school. If you need help registering, the online registration process is a little tricky. You can give us a call, we'll help you out. And if you want to register for a COVID shot, that's a separate form. I believe we have about 28 people signed up for that so far. We'd like to get some more folks on the list, so give our office a call if you want to sign up for the clinics. And then last on my list for today, wanted to shout out the police and fire barbecue that we had last week. That was, in the past 5 years, I went back on our database, the highest attendance we've had in that 5 years. We had close to 120, I think 120, 122, somewhere in there, attending that. So thank you to the police department and the fire department and everyone who helped out to make that a huge success, because there were far more people than we anticipated. Chief had to send someone out to buy more burgers halfway through and more ice cream sandwiches, yes.
Well, you know, word got around, I know that, you know, that one of our senior members wasn't able to attend, but their family was in town, you know, and they were raised here. And they were in town because she's, you know, not well. And they came, they got word about it. And they were, you know, so it's just really so nice that the town is so open. And, you know, didn't bat an eyelash, certainly.
Certainly, come join us.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Great.
And that's everything for my director's report.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good things are happening in Littleton.
Yes, my
All around.
goodness. Yes, my goodness.
You're on.
How can I follow? Turkey bingo. So much good stuff happening.
Yes.
Okay, so just a quick outreach update for SMOC, fuel assistance. All of the applications, or I should say recertifications, have been mailed out officially. They did seniors first and then everybody else. So those are all officially out. They do have an online system this year. Well, it was kind of put in last year, but we can help with that. If anybody's looking to apply for that, we can help, or we can help fax it in as well. Open enrollment is coming up for Medicare. So
Lucky you.
This Thursday, there will be the open enrollment coffee hour here that I'll be there to kind of just answer questions or talk about some of the changes for the 2025 Medicare plans. Okay. And then, I can't believe it, but we are approaching the holiday season. And so it's time to start thinking about those different programs. So speaking of Loaves and Fishes, we actually do a holiday delivery from Loaves and Fishes for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So usually we have an increase of people for those two deliveries as well. So if anybody is in need and not able to get down to the pantry to pick up that holiday meal, we can certainly deliver. And then there's two programs that we're looking at that can help families in need with some gifts or holiday brightening. One is the Holiday Helpers here in the town of Littleton, the Park and Rec. So we have the applications for that if anyone is interested. And then also there's a program called Beacon Santa, and it's a fund that can help families as well. So I have the applications for that as well. And that is it.
So are the applications all done for tax relief?
Yes,
Is that over with?
that is over with, yep, the
Okay.
TRED. Yep. Real quick though, I wrote down the deadlines for those two programs because I noticed that the Beacon Santa deadline is actually October 31st.
Whoa, that's fast.
So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And then the Holiday Helpers is November 12th, so it's definitely time to start thinking about that.
Wow. It's kind of scary. It's creeping up on us already. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ouch, right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Any questions for either Alicia or Liz? Great reports. Always good news.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really exciting and amazing, so. I will entertain a motion to accept the Director and Outreach Coordinator's
I will
reports.
move to accept the director's monthly report as well as the outreach coordinator's report.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. See how easy that is?
Opposed? I'd forgotten how to do it, I think. Opposed? Ah, there we go, so simple. So, thank you.
Motion carried.
Oh yes, motion carried. Gotta remember to say that.
Motion carried.
All right, thank you. Okay, I see we're getting a fancier looking senior center building over there, Liz.
We are.
With all of the masonry work that I've noticed, if you peek in and cheat. I don't, it's not that picture.
No, this is the inside of the building.
That's the inside,
Let's
wow.
see, so, trying to figure out how I can blow this up a little bit. There we go. All right, for the new building update, you'll see that the stone masonry is going in all around the building. They did a full mock-up. When you drive in up here, you might see that tall, skinny thing by the front construction gate entrance, and it looks like just a wall with a window in it. That's the mock-up of what the building's gonna look like, and it has the masonry at the bottom. It has the ledge, what the ledge is gonna look like, the siding, the window trim, the sill, everything, including the eave, what that's gonna be looking like to the roofing. So that's all coming along. It looks beautiful. I was able to go through the building for a second time with our architects, and we went through each room and went wall by wall. There's an outlet here. There's a data drop here. There's one there. Do we need one over here? It took 3.5 hours to go room by room by room. But
Well, worth it.
now is the time to,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully we did not miss a thing in there. Been great to have Bob Romilly from PMBC go through the building with me for these things too. He's a great wealth of knowledge. I want to show you this picture, which is the staircase that just went up last week. They're pouring the cement in the form, I think, later this week. So these are the main front windows that face the library. When you're standing in front of them, they are absolutely massive. They let in so much natural light into the lobby area. It is just gorgeous. So here, the reception desk is situated kind of over here, and the main entrance door is over here. So you're coming in here.
Oh,
Their
wow.
horseshoe reception desk is here, and staff is behind this wall.
And we're gonna catch people as they come in somewhere in that area with a machine where they have to sign in.
Yep. This is
So
actually
our numbers.
This is taken from the second floor, looking
Down, yeah.
looking down.
Wow.
So much light in that building. I think it's going to be great. I think it's definitely capturing the feeling of a place you want to spend time. Even looking like this, I know this doesn't look like a place you want to spend time. Kind of looks
Messy right now.
well like a prison or something, all gray, concrete, steel. But when you're in there with the natural light, it's fantastic. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Awesome.
Well, when you think about it, there's very little natural light in this building.
Where we have,
Yeah,
yeah.
and especially the rooms we have.
Yeah, the multi-purpose room doesn't have a single
No.
window. Yeah, so it's moving along. They actually did some work over the weekend to get ahead of the rain on Monday, today. They wanted to get the roof sealed in. They did the blower door test the week before last, and that's to measure how airtight the building is, how the seal is for like weatherproofing, and the ratings came back higher than the state standard, so everyone was very pleased with the outcome of the blower door tests. And yeah, it's going along at a good pace, and hopefully in about 2 weeks, I'm just going to prime it, say 2 weeks, we'll have some tours to go through the building for COA board, select board, FinCom, Friends board, PMBC, so we can all get a chance to go through
That's exciting.
this kind of 3/4 halfway point.
And we're just about almost under 6 months to that completion date, ribbon cutting date. So it's moving along.
It's moving.
So this is interesting to me because last week in exercise Thursday, one of the exercise males, was saying to me, "What are those ladders up on the roof of the building? Have you noticed? What are those ladders up there for? What are they doing over there?"
The ladders?
Oh, there's a ladder now. When I pulled in today, I looked over, and from here you could see they have a ladder laying on the
I
roof.
saw those too.
Yeah, but because I saw
Oh, the
people up
roofing?
there, they're going up and doing something on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why the ladders are there. They have to have a way of getting up there. So,
I would hope.
but after I came out of exercise, I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh yeah, there is a ladder. I hadn't noticed it, So people are looking
Yes.
and checking out that building.
Yes.
That's what my take home was.
Yes.
Well, I'm
Yes.
glad you're looking at the building as you go along. Yeah. So yeah, it is exciting. Any other comments? Any questions for Liz?
The only comment I have, and Liz, you probably know it, that they want to do the walkthroughs for like us at the end of the day.
After 3.
Yeah, when the elevator's in. There was something talk about
After the staircase is in.
the staircase.
Marilyn, they're gonna give you a rivet gun.
I would have trouble going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Rosie
Yeah.
the Riveter.
But that's all right. I'll do the first floor. That's all I can do. I'll get to the second later.
Yes, yes, it'll be waiting for it,
That's right.
for sure. Awesome. Very,
That's exciting.
very
Okay.
exciting.
It is.
Very exciting. All right.
But it's gonna look, we're not gonna see the excitement now, like we were saying. Because the outside, as soon as it's,
Oh, we will.
You'll be excited.
Yes.
oh
have a
yeah,
feeling.
but.
It's coming
you know,
faster than you can imagine.
It's
We're
building
getting there.
up, it's building
We're
up,
getting
it's
there.
March
building
isn't
up.
that far away.
No, it isn't. I just said it's under 6 months, just about.
Mhm.
So,
I think it's
Very cool.
okay. Thank you, Liz. That's always exciting to hear.
It's very.
Now, I'm going to make a suggestion here that we take care of a question about the next meeting, which we didn't list specifically under our business, but it is new business, and we have to take care of that. So
Yes.
and it's 4:00. So I would like to move to that issue, if you don't mind. No, you see at the bottom where we have next meeting, and it was either November 4th or the 18th, because of the 11th, I think it is, it's a holiday. And so we just need to make a decision about that, and how do you want to do it? So, I'll throw that out there.
May I mention
Speak.
that John and I would very much like the 4th of November, if that's possible.
Are you
Only
going to be
because-
away?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
That's
The
all.
18th would not work, no.
Okay, we'll be short 2 members on the 18th at least, that we know of right now, so take that into consideration when you're thinking about it. This is fairly early in October that we're meeting, so we could do November 4th. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge, it's a good length of time. It's not, it wouldn't be too short a time between 2 meetings.
No,
So I don't know, what are your thoughts, people?
unless you all want to come to Aruba with us, that would be.
Oh, wait, are you inviting us all?
We could have a meeting there.
Yeah, we'll do
Do
that.
that. Could do
I'm
that.
sure we all would love to do that.
Yeah.
So. Okay, nobody has any thoughts?
Either date's fine with me.
Either date's good with you.
And me too.
And you too, and you too, and you too.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with either date, oh, you.
Mhm.
What about the staff, yeah? You think
Either date.
either date? All right, and we know that they would prefer us,
We would prefer the 4th. Yes.
So it's
that
the
we have the
fourth.
meeting the 4th.
Yes, because we very much want to participate in each monthly meeting.
Right.
And we would miss that one.
Okay.
As I said, we could meet on the beach in
Well, that's part of
Aruba.
the reason you have no opposition. I couldn't dig out any opposition anyway, so I think it's a go, right?
Yeah, the 4th.
I think I would like to take a vote, though. Do I have a motion for that? Just because,
I make a motion that we move our November meeting to November 4th.
And I'll second them.
thank you. We have a motion to change the date of our meeting in November to the 4th, the first Monday of the month, due to staff, people being available, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
the
of the-
following day is election day.
Election day.
Oh.
That's gonna be crazy.
That is gonna be a crazy time.
I'm working that day.
So am I.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
What was
Not-
All right, so we
not
need
looking
to
forward to it.
finish our voting here. So I have a motion and I would like to take a vote. All those in favor?
I,
Motion, opposed? No one. Motion carried. If I got it right, yeah, I'm learning.
Right, so thank you,
Okay.
everyone, thank you.
Okay, so our next meeting is the 4th. All right. Now we can go back up to the rules and regs continued. Thank you very much. And we have in here, Susan was very nice about typing up and getting out as earlier than, the agenda even got out to you. The suggested changes for the rules and regs. So,
Nicely done.
Thank you,
yes.
You get an A+ today.
thank you, thank you.
Well, it's very nice to have the secretary doing this kind of work. It's very helpful, actually.
And you sent them out 3 times.
You had to put that in there.
Just to make sure you
I
got
wanted
it.
to make sure you got them. That's true.
Well, after the blunders I've made lately in doing things,
They went out 3 times, to some people.
Oh, not everybody?
Not
No,
everybody.
I got them 3 times.
I got them twice.
So, see, Marilyn was one who only got them twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
some
mean, is it-
people only got them twice. I think somebody didn't even get them. I hope not, that didn't happen, but.
No, I didn't hear any complaints, and I think
No.
Mary had them. I think
No.
everyone got a
Okay.
copy. Everybody,
Good, yes.
Liz, did you get a copy
Yes,
too?
yes. My computer that night was.
Okay, so she has put down, it is nicely done, Article 3, current wording she put down, and then she's put down the suggested change.
Yes.
So let's take Article 3 to start with, so that we can move along here. Any questions or thoughts about it?
No, it's more concise. I like the way it's written.
The suggested changes?
Yes.
Yeah, these were all, none of these were ones that I pulled out of my head. These were all ones we had discussed at the last meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
On the markup I had made during the meeting, it was on 322, leadership role and made significant. On my markup, I had and/or.
Okay,
I don't know if that's, you want that, or?
Oh, okay, you have to, you're implying then that held an important leadership role and/or
Yes.
made significant contributions. It doesn't have to be both, so.
I don't know. I
don't
mean,
know what you want to. And engaged in major volunteer or advocacy activities in his or her service on the board.
well, if you do or, what you're saying is, if you do the and/or, you're saying that the person that you are elected to the emeritus status does not have to have been in a leadership. Doesn't, in other words,
Right.
wouldn't have to be a leadership person. It could be someone who made a significant contribution.
Right. Is that the wish of the board, to have those 2 options? And you're saying essentially then, you would have 2 options that would qualify somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or an important leadership role, does that mean that obviously that somebody's made significant contributions? But you don't know, so. Lots. Have any input on that, Liz?
No.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to check. Thank you. All right, how do we want to proceed? Do we have a lot of strong feelings about one way or another? Yes?
I'm
Marilyn?
just thinking, when I look at the leadership, it's the president, the vice president. Okay. But, other people have maybe worked just as hard doing other things, but not in a leadership role. So I think the or there would make a lot of sense to me, because I wasn't here for that part of the meeting last month. So the or, important leadership role and/or made.
Yeah, that's fine.
That sounds,
I can live with that myself.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it, I just,
Nope, that's good.
Held an important leadership role and
Or
made significant contributions and engaged in volunteer or advocacy activities in his or her service on the board.
That reads well.
It does read well.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and actually, an important leadership role, those are major contribution, parts of being a leader, in a leadership role position, I think, to some degree. So. It's fine by me. Okay, we want to move on?
Mhm.
Everybody? Okay.
Well, I had to,
So, go ahead, Susan.
do we need the and? Why not just the or?
Oh, that's a good thought.
Held a leadership role.
And get rid of
Or-
that.
Oh,
Or
well,
maybe.
No, I
Leave
think
it.
you
no,
need
wait,
the
I
and.
got, yep,
You gotta have
gotta
both.
put it
Yeah,
back
you
in.
do, yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
When you
Yeah.
say it out loud or something.
yep, that,
Yeah, it
that
helps.
was exactly what happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
All right. No, but good. This is the kind of thinking we need. So, good, thank you. Okay. Are we ready to move down to Article 5?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Was a spelling error.
Current wording, what's that?
Bolt to change to the third. Just,
Oh,
yep, just take the L out.
where are you?
513.
513. Oh, yeah, take the L out of the vote.
Right.
Vote.
And elder should be capitalized on 5.3.
Yep, that should be a capital E.
What should be an E? I'm missing you.
5.3, Director of Elder. and
Director
Human.
of elder should be.
Elder didn't get capitalized.
Okay.
Why do we leave in, if the second Monday is a legal holiday or town meeting, it shall be the third Monday? Why are we leaving that in when instead we are voting on when to have the next one? And the last two times, it's going to
It's
be
been
the
the
first.
first.
So why do we need to leave that in?
It's at our discretion and majority that.
So why do we need to say that it's going to be on the third? We had almost, what, I think we should eliminate that and just, because we're saying it's automatically on the third, which would mean the 18th.
No.
I said, that's what it's saying to me. If I
Yes.
look at
Yes, it is.
5.11, if the second Monday is a legal
Yep.
holiday or the date, the meeting shall be held on the third.
I know, I
So I
scanned
think that should come out, that whole,
Which one? 511?
511.
because it's automatically on the third Monday, and yet we have voted
Twice
two
now.
October
occasions.
and for November
Two
to change
occasions.
that, to make them on the first.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, my
Yeah, well, that's
eyes,
true, I think, because way back, there had to be some discretion about when there was a holiday.
but since we're not following the third
No, we
Monday,
just started that, too.
Yeah, but I don't think we should take it out because these are two extenuating times.
Yeah, but if you put it down to be held on a date agreed upon by the council,
That's better.
That's better.
rather than so we can take it out.
yes.
There's a majority vote to change the meeting date of,
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
Yes,
so I
Marilyn.
think those two need to be,
Cleaned up a little
point
bit.
one and point two need to be changed.
Well, point 2 can stay.
Yep.
So we probably don't need,
5.11.
we don't need 1-1.
That's what I'm
5.11,
saying.
Just put in 5 point.
Yeah, just do,
Don't turn,
change 2 to 1 and
Yeah.
eliminate 1.
then why not leave it and just be held on a date approved by the council?
that's right.
Take out on the third Monday and just put down Meetings
Oh,
up
If
to-
the second Monday is a legal holiday or the date of town meeting, the meeting
COA.
shall be held. What did you say? I liked your wording.
on the date approved.
Why
by-
not combine the two?
On the date approved
1-1 and
Yeah.
5-1-2.
On a date approved by the board?
by the board or the council.
Oh, the council, okay.
Well, but 5.1.2,
And then we
Almost.
take out then we take out 5.1.2.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
take
don't need
two out.
both of them.
We don't need both of them.
So which one do we want
we're
to take
taking
out?
2 out.
5.1.2?
If
Yeah.
the second Monday is illegal.
And the wording of 1 is changing.
Yeah.
It's a legal holiday or,
Yeah, but you want to leave that number
Date.
2 also, because you might want to vote to eliminate, so
Oh, that's right, we've got an eliminated one in there.
you have two.
Oh, because it's two different things.
circumstances.
Right.
Yeah,
One, you're changing the date to any date that you want, and the second one is that you might be voting to eliminate the meeting from the.
right.
Which is like in the summer when we
Yeah.
eliminated August. Or
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have a meeting at all. in the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got that, Susan?
Well, I got,
They'll be held at the discretion.
So, we're not taking out 5.1.2.
No, we're
no,
not
we're
taking it.
leaving
And we're changing, and we're
5.1.1.
changing .1.
We're changing 5.1.1 to what?
If the second Monday is a legal holiday or the date of town meeting, the COA meeting shall be on a date approved by the COA board.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Mhm.
Shall be, oops.
Okay.
And then leave in 5.1.2.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We all set on
Mm-hmm.
Article 5?
In 5.3 will, the elder will be
Make capitalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in
Okay.
6.7, director has to be capitalized.
Where are you now?
I'm at 6.7.
6?
Oh, because my first, when I was looking at
Suggested change.
6.7.
under
director.
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the draft minutes being within 2 weeks of a meeting.
That's
And the
what-
re- and the-
And that's what we're supposed to have, according to Diane.
Well, why is it that none of the other boards?
Oh, maybe they just don't do what she asks them to. Isn't that true, Liz? I thought Diane set it up with us. Or no?
Draft minutes.
I don't know what other boards are doing.
Oh, I don't know
Draft
what other
minutes are
boards are doing
supposed to
either.
be given to Diane within 2 weeks.
Yes, that's,
Even, they don't have to be approved, but she has to have draft
oh,
minutes.
we've never given draft minutes to her, never. We only give her our minutes once we've approved them. That's
But it
right.
said-
That would be
But
right.
here it says it should be submitted to the town clerk within 2 weeks.
The
Or
draft
to-
minutes are filed within
Right,
2
the
weeks
draft
of a
Well, I
board.
see where it says that, and I know, but we've never done
Oh,
that.
okay.
So I'm just saying, we don't submit. do
I
we?
don't think-
Do you ever submit the, no.
I
We
think
wait
the-
until they're approved, like today. These minutes
Oh, then
that
we
we
can-
approve today will be submitted to Diane.
I think the rule in Diane's office is, from having done it for a million years, that you should put the draft minutes in within 2 weeks, even if they're not approved, so they're available for people to read. We had a meeting, but nobody ever does it.
We don't even have the draft minutes sometimes in 2
Nobody
weeks.
ever does it.
Right.
But I think her rules and regs say that it's supposed to be that way.
Well, I can call her and check with her.
But nobody does it. I mean, your minutes are supposed to be, we had a meeting today, within 2 weeks, people should be able to read what they are if they didn't watch them on TV. So that gives you 2 weeks for the draft, and then if you only meet once a month, then you'd approve them at your next meeting. But, a person could come in 2 weeks and say, to Diane and say, I want the meeting, and you better have them written. That's happened to me in the past, when I was on the personnel, board. I never sent them until they were approved. But
Yeah.
twice it came before us that, thank God I had typed them, because somebody came in, a selectman or whoever, and wanted to see them right away as draft minutes.
Why
So-
why should a public be able to see draft minutes that haven't been approved?
I know, I don't
That's
know
right.
that, that
It
doesn't make
doesn't
sense.
seem
It doesn't
right to
sound
me,
right.
but-
Well, this was a,
That's why I said we've always done it this way.
Well, somebody check with Diane.
I will call Diane and check it out. So, and get back to you and let you know.
Okay,
And then we'll do what she says.
yeah.
Do we agree on that?
Oh,
Right.
definitely agree
All right,
with
I'll
that.
double check with her office.
I was just,
agree with that.
I was just curious because
Well,
I
I'm
know
trying to remember, but I know that, we've never
isn't
done it that way.
that, isn't that true, Joe, haven't, from the selectmen?
I'm just thinking of some meetings that even a month goes by,
And they're not approved.
but I don't know,
and sometimes they get tabled.
I don't know about the part about putting a draft
The
in.
draft ones in?
It might be true, but I can't remember doing it.
I know we've never. The only reason I'm saying that is I got caught on the personnel board when we were going through a lot of stuff. And I had typed them, but they were not approved. And Diane came to me and said, I need your draft minutes. So,
Because
I
now
don't know.
when they're approved, you can go in and submit them.
right
Well, we
away.
need to, nevertheless, we need to find out what the
Yeah.
town is holding
Us to.
us to, so, and follow that.
And then we'll just change that to whatever we're supposed to.
Right, okay, and I will, call tomorrow, find out.
I was just, it's just a
No,
curiosity
it's a
thing.
good point. So, okay.
Yep.
Okay, are we good?
Yep, we're good.
All right, so fine. That takes care of that. Okay. Thank you. I think we're done with the manual pretty much, and I still have to get a couple of things to Marilyn. I got one thing to give to you.
Oh,
before we leave
okay.
tonight. And another one I have to photocopy. All right, board member update. Briefly, we're trying to,
Yes, okay, I will do it very briefly.
Susan,
Affordable Housing Trust,
yes. Where do we stand on that? Let's share about that. So, right? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, it's okay.
No, go right ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that we are in a situation of flux. I think Mary Ann and John have decided they would like to attend more meetings
Correct.
and become more familiar with what
Right.
the Affordable Housing
Right.
Trust does.
Sitting in that evening was,
Yeah.
well, we were also babysitting.
They were trying to do too much. And that is one committee.
And feeding two hungry grandchildren. Yeah. that's
And
what
that
we
is
did.
one-
A little bit.
That is one committee that is extremely complex, I think. There's the membership of the group is, if you're wondering who people are, it's kind of formidable in a way. It's a little, it's a lot of kind of, you got select board members involved, you've got, planning board people, you've got a lot of interesting people.
Right?
And most new committees too, it takes a while, you have to join and kind of just sit and observe and listen for a long time before you get your feet on the
Yeah,
ground.
normally it takes a year or so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, it does,
It
it
does.
does, and with the Affordable Housing Trust, it's a
It does,
complex
because you
group.
gotta learn
Yes.
everything.
There's a lot to learn.
We
Yes.
didn't even know the
And
faces.
you're not together. You
No,
know, it's always,
it's
Zoom.
remote.
Yeah.
it's always Zoom.
So I welcomed them. I said to them, I welcome that. If you would continue to watch and just try to see and
Oh, we
ask
would.
questions after meetings.
I mean,
of
we were
Susan or
muted.
myself.
They muted us.
Anybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we were also trying to take care of our grandson.
Well, that's all right.
And
Family comes
granddaughter.
first. Well, family comes first.
Yeah, no, we were at their home and it was fine and everything, but we realized we didn't know a soul on the screen and.
Yeah.
No, we knew Sue.
Yeah. Yes. Susan, yes, you were wonderful, but clearly it's a lot to digest.
It is a lot.
Yeah,
And
we
so-
printed everything, so yeah.
And I found it very interesting that the chair said to Sue, "Oh, I can tell by your expression."
Yeah, that's quite true. Sue wears it all on her face most times.
So anyway, that's where we
Yes.
stand.
Yes.
They are going to continue to observe when they can,
Yes,
and-
yes, yes.
and get a feel for things and ask questions, and we'll go from there.
Correct.
And Sue is willing to hang in there and, continue until, I can't speak for you, but I know you said you would be
Yes,
willing to do that.
I did say that.
Yes, so, okay, now, I'm sorry, I just wanted
Yes.
the board to know where we were standing on these
Yes,
things.
yes. By all means, we want to help Sue because she's certainly taken on a Herculean job with the secretarial recording secretary. So is it, Sue, the 15th or the 22nd? Do you know yet?
22nd.
It is the 22nd? Okay. Fine, thank you.
That's the next, okay.
The next meeting is the
Okay.
22nd.
And will you send us the info?
And the link.
I will.
Thank
I haven't gotten anything yet, but I will.
Okay, thank you.
Last
thank
month, last time, there was a lot of stuff.
Yes,
But I will
yeah,
definitely
it was.
send
I
it
mean,
to you,
John
yes.
Merrily
You
printed.
know, and after a meeting, if you have questions, I'd
Mhm.
gladly do that too.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. So one of the things that happened at that Affordable Housing Trust meeting was the trust is looking at a list of town-owned properties for possible development of affordable housing in the future. The list is long and huge, and lots of it is small little pieces that just can't be developed, but that's a project. The trust is trying to be able to justify to the finance committee the amount of money that sits in the bank. And so they're trying to say in an action plan, we need this money because we want to develop in the future, not this year, but in the future. So that is one thing that is going to be a big project down the line. And that was pretty much the biggest discussion. The other ones still hang in there. Durkee Farm septic system is trying to be determined as to what size can be put in, but the trust really needs to determine what they want to put in before somebody can tell you what size. So that's sort of like, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? And what's the other one? Tahadawan, the Habitat for Humanity, they are still in negotiations with them for the exact wording of a contract. And that pretty much sums up Affordable Housing Trust, I think. Long meeting to go. Well, actually, it was a short meeting.
2
compared to
hours.
usual.
That's too long.
It was, what, an hour and a half, maybe?
An hour and, no, a little longer,
And we
like an hour
usually-
and 45 minutes or
We
something.
usually run 2 hours, so.
Okay.
That was a short meeting.
All right.
Minuteman Senior Services, they are, not that it matters, we can't do anything, but if any of you know people who live in Boxborough, Harvard, Burlington, Lexington, Wilmington, Winchester, or Woburn, they are still looking for a COA rep from those towns to the Minuteman Senior Services. Lots of empty holes. Mass Home Care, that has changed its name and is new branding to Massachusetts Aging Access.
Oh, wow.
They really changed that.
That's what we were told. They have changed to Massachusetts Aging Access.
There's that aging word again.
And
They
they've got
just-
new branding.
That's just so dumb.
And Minuteman Senior Services is, here comes the word again,
I'm telling you.
is having to work on a plan for, under the federal government's Older Americans Act, and it will be called an aging plan.
I'm familiar with those.
Yes, I knew you would be, but Anita's favorite word.
Well, I don't like that.
And then they just mentioned again they're going to be doing fundraising, which is in November, a holiday auction, silent auction online. And they are also going to try to push on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving to do a Giving
Tuesday.
Tuesday fundraiser.
And to choose the after Thanksgiving.
Right, that's Giving Tuesday.
Okay, good. I didn't know
That's
they
it.
could become involved in fundraising.
Pardon?
I didn't know they could become involved in fundraising.
Yeah, they can, because they're a nonprofit,
Yeah.
just,
Okay. Okay, good, thank you.
they have to have fundraising. They don't get enough money from federal and state.
Okay, thank you, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And we're at 4:30. So, we didn't get you board goals for 2025. So, I would like to suggest that you all come up with a goal in the next few weeks before our next meeting. How about that? Because if we start to try to figure that out, we'll be here for a while, I think. Unless you're really adamant about it, and you
No.
really want to do it.
No,
No?
no.
I don't think there's an urgent need. We have plenty we can be working on still. I think the manual is kind of under control, although, I was helping Mary Ann to explaining what you need to keep in a manual. You don't need to keep all the minutes from all the meetings,
Okay.
because they're all in the computer.
Uh-huh.
You can get them, really, right, if you need them.
Okay.
Stuff like that, you don't need to keep all that stuff. All right. So.
I'll thin it out again.
Yeah, weighs too much. I picked it up and I'm like, what, I got any rocks? Okay, so I'm suggesting that we postpone the board goals for 2025 to our next meeting,
Yep.
if that's okay with everyone. Do we have any other business that probably needs to come before us? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, we have a